What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you are having an amazing Tuesday wherever you are in the world. Part two just dropped this morning of the Carlos King interview with Kenya Moore, and they start part two with her addressing the rumors swirling around surrounding her relationship, entanglement, whatever you want to call it, with Apollo Nida. Okay. So, one thing I will say is that, you know, the way that it was shot and edited, if you guys remember, and I don't remember what season it was because Phaedra and Apollo have been divorced for a while, right? But the scene where she was saying, oh, well, Apollo's fine, and she was laughing, and then he picks her up and he like rubs her backside, and then they jump into the pool together, and Phaedra is sitting there, and everyone's kind of looking at Phaedra with the side eye and looking at Kenya crazy. And Phaedra's like, I don't like that, Apollo. Now, I will say that Kenya said that she received so much backlash for that. And while that's warranted, the rumors surrounding, her supposedly doing all kind of intimate acts with Apollo, so on and so forth, that weren't true. She said that they definitely damaged her reputation. And so she said that she had to literally tell Apollo to, address it head on because he was backpedaling and, backtracking, not wanting to say that I lied, basically. I made the whole thing up. And I believe that Phaedra was the mastermind behind that because she has a history of just doing really egregious passive aggressive type stuff. Like when she used Portia as her mouthpiece for the slander and the defamation with Kandi Burruss. You guys remember that. And I don't blame Kandi for not wanting to talk to Phaedra, to be honest. I know that Nene and Carlos said that the fans were robbed, but Kandi is that type of person where, like she says, she has so many businesses. She has her candy coated line, and she's like, that's a specific adult brand. So if Portia hadn't have spoke up, she's like, I would have never been able to shake those rumors. And I feel like that was the same thing here. Like if Apollo didn't address it directly and say, I lied, I made the whole thing up. Kenya never did that. Nothing ever happened. I don't think that Kenya would have been able to shake the rumors either. So I'm glad that he did that, but it's unfortunate that the whole thing happened. Do I think that Kenya was right with her saying all that stuff and jumping in the pool with Apollo? No. But do I think that Apollo and Phaedra were right, tarnishing, Kenya's reputation in regards to a situation that didn't happen? No. Phaedra is definitely not one of my favorite people because she has done some really shady, underhanded things. And Married to Medicine, I don't know why Bravo TV, I guess she does have a fan base, so that's why they put her on Married to Medicine. But to be honest, I'm not really looking forward to seeing her on there, but I'll cover it and, give you guys a recap, just my thoughts. But I'm going to watch for, the staples, Toya, Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Simone, Dr. Jackie. So yeah, I can't wait for that to come out. But back to this interview. So, excuse me, after they talk about, Apollo, they move on. And one thing that, Kenya was saying, because he asks her, is she bored? Because he said that this is one of the worst seasons the Real Housewives of Atlanta has had, He's like, back in my heyday, it wasn't as boring, right? And Kenya was like, well, it's the casting. And she said that Marlo Hampton is one of the reasons why you don't give a friend of a show a peach. She called Marlo desperate. And she said that, she feels that Claudia Jordan and Eva should have had, more than just their short time on the show. I can agree with that. I think that, Eva, especially coming from being America's Next Top Model, she definitely, was reading the girls. And so was Claudia. You know, Nene said that that was an adversary that she respected, right? Claudia's read when they were in Puerto Rico. Um, but, you know, they both landed on their feet. But I do think that Claudia, she should have been there longer than just one season. With Marlo, you know, Kenya said that she feels like Marlo is being protected. And I mean, I think that production is possibly doing Marlo a favor, you know, giving her really good edits in a positive light. But I think that they're doing that because Marlo has been a friend of the show for forever. Like, I don't even know how many seasons, you know, she put in work as a friend of the show for, I want to say, at least like 7 or 8 or possibly more. And the fact that she's, you know, just now getting a peach, and she unfortunately, I feel like if she had a good therapist, I know she has a life coach, but if she had like a licensed, trained psychotherapist who could deal with her, you know, unhealed trauma, I feel like Marlo would be a better, you know, contender on the show. Kenya said that Marlo has she has a chairlift, and Carlos is falling out. Okay, that's the picture that I chose because she's like, why would you have a chairlift? You know, she's like, when you're in your 30s. She's like, well, now she's in her 50s, but still, you know, she's like, is that for the old, you know, geezers basically that you're, you know, pulling upstairs? I don't know. Kenya is hilarious to me. No, because why would she have a chairlift in her house? That is hilarious. One thing I can say is that Marlo is resourceful to have come out of the foster care system, you know, without a support system. And, you know, she's always very fashionable. By hook or by crook, honey, Marlo is going to have the fashions, okay? So maybe that chairlift is, is one of the reasons why. Okay, moving on. Carlos asks her about her, you know, hair care spa, her hair care line. She said that she feels like it was just not shown, like it was on the cutting room floor. She said that people would really love to see how you build, you know, a brand from scratch. And she said that she stated her intention on building her brand on season 5 at the reunion. She said, I'm going to start a hair care line. And she's done so, right? So she says that she is in 5,000 stores now. Kenya Morris Hair Care. She said by the end of the year, I think she's going to like double or quadruple that. So congratulations. She's like, you know, I'm going to build a multi-million-dollar business. And she's like, and you heard it here first. I want to be like Shea Moisture. And she said Cantu, which Kenya, honey, not Cantu, child, if you know anything about hair care. But Shea Moisture, they were good before they changed their original formula and sold the company. But yeah, no, I commend her for building her brand. And she's right. I wish that there would be more of an emphasis on, you know, becoming an entrepreneur and, you know, building a business, building a brand. Because I definitely feel like Kenya and Candy could provide pointers for that. But maybe Kenya can start her own YouTube channel like Candy. But instead of just recapping the show, she can, you know, give pointers about her business and her brand. She said that she's going to write a memoir, so I'm looking forward to that. And she also, Carlos said that he wanted to have like a TV movie about her life, and they want Coco Jones to star in it, which I love Coco, so shout out to her. And Kenya's like, yep, and I can play the mom. And she's like, I'm going to be in a movie later this year. She really can't talk about it because of the, you know, actor strike and the writer strike, so they're not supposed to promote things outside of, you know, Real Housewives and reality TV. But I'm looking forward to it. So you guys, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Drop down in the comments. I'll link the interview so you can watch the whole thing for yourselves. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will talk with you later. Take care, aces. Bye.